Our oceans are truly fascinating, whether we are finding life we did not expect, watching unanticipated adaptations, or studying oceans from far-off worlds. There are an endless stream of discoveries sitting beneath the water. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we will be taking a look at 3 incredible underwater discoveries. Lethal pool discovered at bottom of ocean kills everything that swims into it. There are plenty of terrifying, dangerous places on Earth, the top of mountains or a canopy of trees in a long stretching forest, though one place has perhaps taken the title of the most horrifying spot on our planet. Researchers have discovered a lethal pool resting at the bottom of the Red Sea. It appears that anything that swims inside of this pool instantly dies. This lethal pool was uncovered by researchers based at the University of Miami. Their measurements found that the pool clocks in at an impressive 10,000 square feet. Researchers uncovered that this pool is filled with brine and has an incredibly high salt concentration and no oxygen. These sorts of environments are known as anoxic and hypersaline. This is one of the most extreme environments that could possibly be found on our planet, stunning or perishing most creatures that make it in, and making the microbes that manage to thrive in this sort of environment extremophiles. This study could be of significant value to looking at how life might have first originated on Earth deep in the blue sea. The lead author of the study, Sam Purkis, a professor and chair of the Department of Marine Geosciences at the University of Miami, explained that these environments could reflect the conditions where life first appeared on our planet. By studying these extremophiles, we are learning to look for the first signs of underwater life, applicable to the deepest corners of our world, and also in our search for extraterrestrial life beyond our own planet. For the clever predators out there, this allows them to develop an efficient system, lurking by the edges of this pool, ready to eat the animals that unwittingly venture in. Europa could be pulling oxygen down below the ice to feed life. The 5th planet from our Sun, the largest in the solar system and owner of the 2nd most moons, Jupiter has one moon that is making headlines, pushing forth one of man's greatest missions. Europa could be exhibiting signs of life. The smallest of the 4 Galilean moons, Europa has become a star of the show in the search for extraterrestrial life. The moon features a frozen subsurface ocean, though we believe that it is warm, salt-based, and could have plenty of chemical elements that might facilitate life. The new development is that it appears as though Europa is gathering supplies, pulling oxygen down underneath the icy exterior so that it can feed these possible life forms. It's a question of highly significant scientific debate whether or not Europa could actually have life hiding beneath this subsurface ocean. It's hoped that NASA's planned Europa Clipper visiting the moon could bring us back some more clues to let us piece this puzzle together. One of the requirements for life, here on Earth at least, is the need for oxygen. Plenty of our research regarding other life forms is dependent on the presence of oxygen or water, and discovering a presence of oxygen on Europa certainly places a tick in the column for habitability. Alongside water, which is abundant on Europa thanks to its subsurface ocean, and the oxygen we have recently detected, we know of other necessary chemical nutrients that happen to also be present. While we have known oxygen features on the surface of the moon, it has been a point of uncertainty as to exactly how the oxygen makes it to the ocean given the thick, frozen surface. It turns out that a 2022 research letter could have the answers. This letter, Downward Oxidant Transport Through Europa's Ice Shell by Density-Driven Brine Percolation, was published in Geophysical Research Letters, suggests that the iced surface might not be the hindrance to life that we presumed it was, due to pools of salt water that could be transporting this oxygen. These pools are the result of convection currents and could be the key to figuring out whether Europa is home to simple life forms. The proposed models and theories suggest that this oxygen is transported over a long period, covering thousands of years before it reached the ocean. There are plenty more questions that must be answered before this research can be considered with too much excitement, and hopefully NASA's Europa Clipper will bring forth some more questions, some more answers, and a greater understanding. scientists uncovered the source of the Blob. The climate crisis has given us plenty of reason for concern, bringing catastrophes and disasters that are having severely detrimental effects upon our planet, many of which will someday evolve to become fatal. One consequence of global warming is a little less conventional, however. The Blob is the name that has been awarded to a large mass of warm water sitting in the Pacific Ocean, not too far out from the coast of North America. We first uncovered the presence of the ominous-sounding blob back in 2013, when Nicholas Bond and his team at the Joint Institute for the Study of Atmosphere and Ocean at the University of Washington observed the warm water mass. Now, in 2022, we think we might have finally found an answer to where this marine heatwave is coming from. The blob was highly destructive at its peak, resulting in an abnormally high volume of perished fish, birds, and plenty of other marine animals. This wreaked havoc on multiple aspects of the world, from the marine life itself, causing significant disruptions to delicate ecosystems, to impacting humans, halting the fishing industries we rely on, and even bringing droughts onto land. Since its initial discovery back in 2013, the blob has increased in size and caught our attention twice more, with each instance giving us further clues as to what is causing this peculiar marine heatwave. Researchers have now been able to trace this problem back to the root, having identified the systematic warming in the Pacific that led to the blob as we know it today. Their modelling has confirmed that this is not exactly a naturally occurring mass. At least, natural climate variation would not have resulted in this marine heatwave. Amina Barkadarian, an atmospheric scientist working at the University of Hamburg in Germany, explained that looking at the long-term warming impact here gives us crucial information. Barkadarian continued, commenting that if we have an understanding of how the blob marine heatwave works, then we may be able to apply similar information to possible extreme events lying in our future. The team found a pool of warmed water with an increased annual mean temperature of approximately 0.4 degrees Celsius per decade in the Northeast Pacific. These numbers and figures can sound rather abstract to us, but this effectively extends the summer temperatures in the water for another 37 days compared to 2 decades ago. This increased water temperature is definitely a cause for concern. One factor in this increased water temperature could be the decrease in the number of low clouds sitting over the ocean. These clouds usually are able to provide some cool over the water, though without these, the water temperatures are only continuing to increase. Perhaps the most terrifying part of this is that the team found that there was a less than 1% chance that the blob, this marine heatwave that has been destroying ecosystems, would have existed at all by 2019 if it weren't for the excessive greenhouse gases humans have released. Within the marine heatwave, there were even points where the temperatures made it up to 6 degrees Celsius higher than the average. So far, more than 100 million Pacific cod and thousands of seabirds have fallen victim to the blob. We have even observed a correlation between marine heat waves and a decrease in whale mother and calf encounters by 75%. This research has focused on the North Pacific Ocean, though the reality is these disasters are not confined to such a limited space. We can observe rapid ocean warming all over the globe, in the Atlantic, in the southern seas, impacting wildlife everywhere. This research is not over, and we could still have time to turn this around. Hopefully, with the efforts of the globe and a head-on approach to handling the climate crisis, some of these ghastly changes can still be reversed. But what do you make of these new discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.